Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kallie Branciforte, and one thing you should know about me is that I like to save money. Also, I got a puppy. Hey there YouTube, meet Olive. This is our new puppy. Can you say hi? If you want more puppy spam, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Olive is a little bit of a stage 5 clinger, so she's trying to get on my lap is what's happening right now. Okay, no, but seriously, the thing that you should know about me is that I like to save money, which means I like to shop at the Dollar Tree. But I don't think that every single thing at the Dollar Tree is worth my dollar, which is why I've been going department by department, sharing with you guys the things that I think you should and shouldn't buy. And so far I have covered the electronics section, the baby department, and the storage and organizational stuff, and today we are going to tackle groceries. I just spilled half of my coffee on the rug, so this is going good. All right, let's dive right in no particular order. We are going to start with the spices. Now, immediately when you see the spice section at the Dollar Tree, it's almost like every spice there is pretty much cheaper per ounce than you can get anywhere else. But the thing that's really confusing about buying spices is prices can range so drastically. You can be just like at your regular grocery store, and rosemary can be anywhere from $3 to $15. Why? I did a little bit of research because I also wanted to figure this out. And essentially what I found is that some spice brands have internal regulations and others don't. And the ones that do have internal regulations will not accept spices within specific brackets, like how fresh is it, how old is it, what's the color quality, where did it come from, what was the harvest season like, and essentially brands that don't have as strict internal guidelines and regulations can offer their spices a little bit cheaper. Okay, so long story short here on the spices at the Dollar Tree, I think some spices are really great to get here. They have things like seasoned salts, garlic powders, chili flakes, dried chives, all of which I've used and they're just fine. But then there's other spices that personally I would steer clear of, and that would be the spices you really need to be a little bit more fresh and aromatic, things like basil, thyme, oregano, rosemary. Again, what it comes down to is the spices are totally fine. It's just a matter of the quality that you're getting. Okay, let's talk about snacks. Snacks, 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 snacks. Everybody, snacks, 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 snacks. I feel like this is one of the sections that we all kind of meander to the most, and in general I find that a lot of snacks actually tend to be a really good deal at the Dollar Tree. Sometimes I feel like you think they might be tricking you because you're getting a smaller size than you would get elsewhere, but I've actually taken the time to compare the price per ounce of a lot of name brand snacks like Cheez-Its, Chex Mix, and Ritz at the Dollar Tree versus places like Walmart, and I've actually found that the price per ounce is cheaper at the Dollar Tree. I mean, you're saving like 5 or 10 cents, but it's still cheaper or an equivalent value. So the Dollar Tree is a pretty good place to get your snacks, and you don't have to worry that you're overspending on them. As far as like the healthy snacks, which they tend to have hanging in a separate area, usually like by the nuts and trail mix, most of these are actually a pretty good deal too. I get freeze-dried fruit here. It's the same exact one that I get for my son at the grocery store, and it's the same price that I would pay at the grocery store. Harvest Snaps per ounce are actually cheaper at the Dollar Tree, but then there are some other things in the healthy snacks section that aren't the best deal. I find that things like trail mix are not going to be the best price. You can get really bulk bags of these for much cheaper per ounce at places like Aldi or at Walmart. And then some of the other like name brand healthy snacks like veggie straws and veggie chips, these are not the best price at the Dollar Tree. So what I'll say is overall, most of the snacks are equivalent or a little bit cheaper at the Dollar Tree per ounce, but there's definitely some outliers, more specifically in the healthy snacks section. Okay, safe transition is to go from snacks to candy. When it comes to candy, there's some items that are worth it and some are not, and the general rule of thumb that I have found is that the candies that are in the bag are not the best price. If you get bigger bags elsewhere, you can get a much cheaper price per ounce than the little bags that you get at the Dollar Tree. However, I do find that the boxed candy, the ones that kind of look like the movie theater candy, these are actually a pretty good price. One other note, underneath where they have the boxed movie theater candy, lots of times they'll have sort of like the bulk candy. It's one of those like long containers where it has like 5 Reese's peanut butter cups. Those are usually a very good deal as well. You buy like 2 Reese's cups for $1 at the grocery store, so to get those long ones is definitely a deal. Next on my list is cooking oil, and for me this is a big no at the Dollar Tree, and the reason that it is a no for me is because these are just blends, and most of them are 95 to 98% just soybean oil. So it might say on the front of the packaging that it's an olive oil blend, but what you're really getting is like 95% soybean oil and 5% olive oil. Moving on to canned vegetables in general, I say not to buy at the Dollar Tree. Usually you can get a much better deal if you shop at Aldi, or even if you just shop at your local grocery store when they're putting that canned vegetable on sale. Okay, moving on to condiments. First, let's talk about generic condiments. If you don't have a brand affinity for a specific condiment, $1 might seem like a good price, but you actually can get a better price per ounce on like generic condiments at places like Aldi. However, I will say that Michael and I both really love the Deli Market mustard that you can get at the Dollar Tree. It's delicious. Now, as far as name brand condiments at the Dollar Tree, things get a little tricky here. I noticed that a few of the name brand condiments were a slightly better deal, but the majority of them were not. The problem is at the Dollar Tree, it's just they're really small bottles. You're talking about like maybe 8 ounces for $1, and places elsewhere sell huge, you know, bulk, like jugs and big huge things that are like 40 ounces plus for $2 or $3. So anyways, that's a long-winded way of saying that in general, the condiments are not a huge deal. Most of the pasta and rice things that you can get at the Dollar Tree are usually a pretty good deal. There used to be a time back in the day, back in the, you know, when I was walking uphill both ways to go to school, that I could get pasta at my grocery store for 99 cents, but those days are long gone. So getting a package of Barilla pasta for $1 is a good deal for me. Another thing that I find to be a pretty decent deal is Kraft macaroni and cheese. You can get a box for $1. Now at my local grocery store, a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese is $1.25, so it's cheaper at the Dollar Tree. However, you can get boxes of Kraft mac and cheese at Walmart for 98 cents. So some of it depends on where you're shopping. Moving on to cereal, this one is kind of an no for me. If you ever happen to find any name brand cereal, they're usually super small bags, so it's not worth it per ounce. And then as far as their like off-brand cereal, I find that you're going to get a better deal or better taste in the off-brand cereal at Aldi. Moving on to the baking section, I found that they had boxes of Domino brown sugar and white sugar for $1. This is cheaper than the boxes of sugar you can get at my grocery store. As far as the box mixes for things like cookies and whatever, these are an okay deal. They're definitely smaller than a lot of the ones that you can get at the grocery store. So if you don't need a lot, it's okay. I would say these aren't necessarily saving you a ton of money, but you're not necessarily spending way more than you would spend at the grocery store. All right, lastly, let's touch on meat and refrigerator items. Now, not every Dollar Tree has a refrigerator section. My old Dollar Tree where I used to live did. My new Dollar Tree does not. But in general, my rule of thumb for the refrigerator section at the Dollar Tree is just not do it. Listen, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are things in that refrigerator section that are fine. I haven't had a chance to test a bunch. Like I said, my current Dollar Tree does not have one, but back when we did, the things that I did try or test out were just really not good quality. They were, you know, like overly processed, not super fake. The cheese wasn't even like really real cheese. If you need dairy, frozen meals, meat, go to Aldi instead. You're gonna get a way better price for a much, much higher quality in that department. All right, my friends, that does it for what I think you should and shouldn't buy at the Dollar Tree. What did I forget? Let me know the things that you like always love to get at the Dollar Tree, or things that you definitely don't, or if you disagree with some of the things I said, let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, this is my 4th video. I've also done baby products, electronics, and storage items, so if there's a department you would like to have me do next, let me know in the comments as well. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. If you liked today's video, I think that you would also enjoy this video a lot, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You can hit this button right here or hit it down below. Make sure to hit the bell notification as well, because that way you'll get notified every single time one of my videos goes live.